What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes by now. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So, throughout this entire season for South Carolina, man, there's been a lot of spectators and a lot of people talking about the what-if situation if Milaysia Fulwiley, star guard for Don Staley in South Carolina, hit the road and took her talent somewhere else so she could get as many shots per game as she wants and run her own team and get more individual accolades. We know she won 6th Player of the Year in the SEC, but some people on the outside looking in have talked about they feel Coach Don Staley has mismanaged her at times, and maybe there may be some frustration, and that she could potentially walk and put her name in the transfer portal after this season. This is why I don't think it's going to happen. This quote right here is all I needed to hear.
I mean, Milaysia is, she's a processor. Like, I mean, she's a Taurus, so she's a little stubborn. She's a lot competitive. She is, don't tell her no, because she's going to prove you wrong. You have to approach her in a way of opening her mind up. Stubborn. I got this. I can do this. I can do anything. And very true. All of it's very true. But there are times in which you need to play some things. Right, and we've placed some things in her life, in her game, that now it's being utilized to a point where it's lean. Her layups, her defense, like it's all has improved. Over the last few months, not even year, like the last few months. So I'm pretty happy about it. And I'm happy that a lot of our kids got recognition. Her being the 6th player, her being on the second team, Joyce being on the first team, Fagan and Raven being on the all defensive team, Powell being on the second team. I was quite shocked because when we've had our best teams, we weren't in the number in that regard. So, kudos to the coaches who voted for our players, even when there's a little South Carolina fatigue.
This is a coach in Don Staley that knows her players, that knows how to level with her players, that understands her players, their tendencies, and just their overall aura and demeanors, man. Like, she is really locked in on this team and every individual personality. Now, Milaysia Fulwiley is finding success at South Carolina. She's the second leading scorer coming off the bench, really finding her own. I think she's absolutely in for a breakout March Madness. Like, if you don't know who Milaysia Fulwiley is right now, if you've been living under a rock, if you don't know Lay with the Butter, this tournament, I think she's going to completely take over, dominate, and really put her name on the map as a household name in that superstar level that we see with the Juju Watkins, with the Hannah Hidalgos, like those big names that are constantly talked about, even the Lucy Olsons of the world. Like, Milaysia Fulwiley is going to be a nationally known name, a household name to even the casuals who may not be watching on an everyday regular basis. But her game, her personality, her sportsmanship, her performance, her showmanship, more so just the way that she just electrifies the crowd every time she touches the basketball. It's must watch, must see TV. Like butts leave chairs. Breaths get held when Milaysia Fulwiley has the basketball just because of her electrifying performances, man. The finishes, I agree with Don Staley, are silky smooth now. Kissing it off the glass, hitting every angle, high off the glass, blowing by defenders, like in the open floor. Forget about it. She is an absolute uncoverable, unguardable player. I think she's going to get the opportunities, continue to see that uptick in minutes, and she's going to torch opposing defenses, man, because they're dealing with this starting lineup. Then you pull Milaysia Fulwiley, lay with the butter off the bench, and you got a freaking transformer running at you at full speed, going crazy. Like, it is just almost unfair, and I think that she's finding success in South Carolina. I think she's doing like a lot of great guards did before her, making the most of her opportunities, but also knowing in the back of her mind that this is potentially her team next season as well, and she will be given the keys, which is more reason not to leave, in my opinion. Not only that, but I also, it's different when you're playing in front of your home crowd, when you're playing minutes from home, when you're playing it from your family, your people that have supported you and built you up and taken you to practice and been at every game up until this moment. Like, you just don't leave those people behind to go jump at an NIL deal. Some people do, and I'm not knocking nobody, get your money, but it just doesn't seem like South Carolina players are built that way. And being from South Carolina, being around that program, being so locked in with Coach Don Staley, having the potential to be that next superstar guard to hit the W out of South Carolina to really make an impact and, just completely wreak havoc on the league at the next level, man. I definitely think Milaysia Fulwiley is that type of player. We've heard Don talk about the defense and the improved effort on both ends, and she's a game wrecker. Quick hands, great feet, quick speed. Like, if she tips it in the open floor, speed, bro. She's running that ball down, and it's a layup at the other end. So when you're finding success, when you're winning championships, when you're getting recognized actually for individual stats as well, and you're playing in front, you're doing it at the crib, like we're seeing Juju Watkins do at USC. We're seeing you do it at the crib. Like, that's not something that you just leave behind and jump at and then roll the dice and take a chance at another program after you've spent, a multiple years at this program now, earning your leisure, putting yourself on the line for this team, this program, this fan base that absolutely adores you. I seen Milaysia Fulwiley get a standing ovation like a closer in baseball entering the game, bro. Like, it was absolutely nuts. Before she even played a minute, got a standing ovation. Like, the Gamecocks love Lay Fulwiley, and I think she feels that love tenfold, man. She just, gives off that humble demeanor, very confident, very just... I'm confident in her ability. Very smooth on the basketball court. Very intentional with her movement. I think she's reeled it in a little bit with the turnovers, and some people were on her about the shot selection, and I think she's playing just a necessary flashiness. Like, it's nothing that she's doing that's unnecessary. It's a part of her game, and that's her playing her best basketball. So you don't change Milaysia Fulwiley, but you help her become a better version of herself. And I think this coaching staff has done a phenomenal job with that. So I'm excited to see her in this tournament, man. I think it's going to be a complete breakout tournament. I don't see Milaysia Fulwiley going nowhere, man. I think she's going to finish her career as a Gamecock, and as she should. You always got to do what's best for you, and it seems like she's in a really ideal situation. She's earning the trust of Coach Don Staley. More so, she's loosened up the reins on her and definitely just letting her rock out and even play through the mistakes at times. So love to see that. So yeah, watch out for Milaysia Fulwiley. I think Chloe Kitts is another one. We'll do a separate video talking about breakout stars. I do, speaking of breakout stars, though, want to talk about the Harvard women's basketball team really quick, and Harmoni Turner, who is one of the best scorers in the country, just led them to the Ivy League championship and punched her ticket. If you don't know about Turner, you are going to find out. She's going to be a household name, I think, by the end of this tournament as well. And I love this tweet she put up where she was talking about nerds can hoop too. Like, she really might be the best scorer in the nation, bro, and nobody gives a damn because she plays at Harvard. But she is an Ivy champ, baby. And, I mean, bro, she's been dominating throughout the Ivy League tournament and throughout the whole season. So she scored 44 to lead Harvard over the number 2 seed Princeton on Saturday, 70 to 60 on Friday, 70 to 67. Then yesterday she followed that up with a 24 piece in a 74 to 71 win over the number 1 seed Columbia, sending the team to the NCAA tournament for the first time in nearly 20 years, bro. She was Ivy League tournament champion. They got 2 quad 1 wins. She was Ivy League Player of the Year. She was one of the only players ever to win Ivy League Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year. They also have one of the nation's best scoring defenses as well, man. So watch out for Harvard. But speaking specifically on Harmoni Turner, man, like, she is an absolute smooth walking criminal bucket, bro. Like, a limitless range, get it off the dribble. Don't sag too much, you will get shot over. On top of that, she can blow by you, finish at the cup in style. Great size. Like, she definitely, I mean this with no disrespect, but does not like an Ivy League player. Like, she would get buckets in any conference right now. She's 12th in the country in points per game, giving out buckets. 15th in the country in steals per game with 2.8, averaging 21.6 points. She's 33rd in the country with steals, a total at 74. And look at her career at Harvard, bro. 4-time Ivy League Player of the Week, tied for most ever. First in the Ivy League in scoring, first in the league in points. She's first in the league in field goals made, first in the league in steals, second in three-pointers made, third in three-point percentage, shooting about 35%. She's 6th in assists, 11th in rebounds as well, and she's been putting up numbers since she's been there. Averaging 5.5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 5'10 senior out of Mansfield, Texas, shooting 43.5% from the field, walking bucket, get it out the net every time. Hand down, man down. Like, I think she's one of the most fun players to watch, in my opinion. I've seen several games for Harvard in the Ivy League, and you just see her attack, her presence, her poise, her ability to just get to her spot wherever she is on the floor and elevate for the score. I think Harvard's going to be a really fun team to watch in this tournament, and they definitely could catch some teams slipping. I'm just saying. She's a player that I think has a WNBA future, but obviously with a Harvard degree can do whatever she wants to as well with that. But you just talk about a bigger guard, can score at all three levels. Great feel for the game, rebounds it, guards obviously, great hands, great hip movement, great lateral quickness, can get to the bucket and finish amongst the trees with either hand, has great court vision, can drop off a dime when she needs to as well, and respect to her for just doing it her own way. She obviously could have transferred to just about any other school in the country and decided to do it at Harvard, man. Stick it out, get that degree, and much respect to her, man, and just her selflessness in this clip is specifically talking about her teammates and the Harvard environment.
Harvard fans, but I think all fans of Ivy League women's college basketball and women's college basketball in general, and that is thank you. Thank you for being the dynamic offensive player that you are, the two-way player that you are, leading the league in steals, but more importantly, the passion and the personality that you bring to the court every time you step between these lines. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really love the game, and I really love my teammates. I love my coaches. I think I was put in the best position ever. I love Harvard, and I love to make noise. So I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity.
First tourney in 18 years, man. I'm excited to see Turner in this Harvard group in the tourney, man. I think that they could definitely make some noise. Do not sleep on them. I just wanted to highlight her as well in this video. But I will be coming out with more content, specifically after Selection Sunday, talking about breakout stars, breakout freshmen, and other just storylines to watch out for. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, though. That is a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Until next time, my people, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on social media, and definitely, and that's at Brandon Lee TV, and definitely subscribe for all the latest. Join our memberships, all that good stuff. That is a wrap for us. Till next time, my people, we out.